Hi everyone, I'm Priscilla. Welcome back to God's Appointment with me. And today I'd like to share another lesson that I've learned from Joseph. We saw that Joseph chose God and he chose to honor God no matter what happened. And we also saw that his blessings were also shared with Potiphar. The example that he exerted was very strong in Potiphar's house. He didn't allow the circumstance to dictate how he lived his life to glorify God. And today I want to take it a step further, because often when we are confronted with situations that are difficult, when our life hits speed bumps, when circumstances become challenging, very often our response is to run away. We don't like being uncomfortable. We don't like having to go through difficulties. We don't like it when relationships are strained. We don't like having to deal with things. But the lesson that I get from Joseph in this respect, after being in slavery, and then also having gone to prison, and then having risen to prime minister of a country, is that often God has a plan through everything. And sometimes he's preparing us. And I think of a parallel with Moses. After he left Egypt and was in the desert for 40 years, that was actually his training ground. God was trying to help him unlearn everything that he'd learned wrong and really teach him everything he was going to need to know and be in order to lead the people of Israel to the promised land. Now, Joseph, in his lessons of humility and service and being where he was, it was difficult. We won't lie. It was difficult, but it was the best training he could have got to be the best ruler for Egypt. Because he had been a slave, because he had been in prison, because he had been unfairly treated, he could now sympathize and he could see more than what somebody who hadn't been in his situation could see. He had perspective. And that made him the better ruler, a better man, and able to lead Egypt through the crisis that God had used him to predict. So instead of us getting upset, getting discouraged, being unhappy about some of the more difficult situations we go through, if we allow God to use those as training grounds where we can learn maybe more about ourselves, maybe things that some areas of our character, they're not very well polished, and we allow God to actually round those off, we allow him to teach us the lessons that he's trying to teach us. If we allow that and we embrace it, God might be preparing us for something bigger. He might be using that to refine us and prepare us to take on a great responsibility, something that could honor him, somewhere that he might want to put us to really do something great for him. And it might still just be in our families, and that's okay. But when we allow him to prepare us, when we allow him to take us through these experiences, we come out on the other side better people, stronger people, wiser people, people that have a stronger faith and trust in God. So I encourage you not to be discouraged, fearful, or want to run away from things that might get difficult. Embrace them and trust that God will get you through a better person on the other side.